teachers and principals were able to arm themselves and were able to defend themselves and children against a crazy person who walks in meaning to do harm, maybe some of those children might have lived. Maybe one good shot by one of those teachers against that crazy person, one shot would have saved dozens and dozens of children and teachers.
That might be. Can you think of other ways we could prevent this kind of massacre?
You can't legislate utopia. You can't legislate all bad things away.
I think most teachers don't want to be armed and they don't want to take
most teachers don't want to be, but you know what? That might be true.
Yeah.
But there are teachers who are generally, you know, right now, have a realistic fear that they're in danger. They're sitting ducks. These gun-free school zones are the problem. I mean, could you imagine right now if I drew a circle right around myself, and I said this is a zombie-free zone, and then there's zombies coming from here, and there's zombies coming from there, and I put up a sign, I say this is a zombie-free school zone. Guess what? I'm going to be eaten. You know, we can't legislate all bad things away. We can't legislate a perfect utopia where the world is going to all of a sudden everybody's going to live in peace and harmony. There are bad things happening. There are people on medications that are making them crazy. And you know what? We can't stop them from grabbing a weapon and walking into a school or a crowded place or a post office or a mall.
You know the guns are already regulated. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Do you not agree with any of those regulations?
No, of course. I mean, you know.
What are some regulations that you agree with?
Obviously, the waiting period's fine with me. You know, people can do the waiting period, the background check. I'm okay with.
So, would you be in favor of closing the gun show loophole?
No.
But don't you want background checks?
Well, you know,
shouldn't that be across the board?
Americans have the right to go out and buy a gun for themselves.
Even if they're felons, even if they have severe mental illness.
Well, the truth is, the truth is, felons and people with mental illness that want guns, they get them.
We make it easier though. I don't understand. Like most people, even in the NRA,
what I'm saying is good people, good American citizens should have the right to defend themselves.
Right, but what about bad ones who can easily obtain?
Bad ones get them anyway.
So don't you want to try to stop them?
Stop them with legislation?
With at least closing the gun show.
So there are laws. There are laws against heroin, right? There are laws against crack cocaine. Does that stop anybody who wants to use heroin or crack cocaine?
I mean, I think it makes it harder to obtain. But I mean,
no, it doesn't.
But my point is, you keep saying good Americans should have rights.
Right.
So I'm just talking about, don't you want to distinguish good Americans from people who aren't good?
From bad Americans? Yeah. I mean, if there's a felon, they shouldn't have a gun.
Yeah. So how do you stop them from obtaining a gun, or try to at least reduce the access?
You see, that's what I'm trying to say. Even if there's a law in the books, and if you're a felon and in your state, you have a law that says you can't obtain a gun if you're a felon. So you're not going to go to the gun store. You're not going to go to the gun show. Where you're going to go is you're going to go to the street and you're going to find a gun, or you're going to steal a gun from someone.
No, they go to gun shows because they don't. There's no background check. So why do we make it so easy? I mean, I'm just puzzled by your saying that you are okay with background checks, but you're okay with the loophole. That doesn't make sense to me.
I'm not. Excuse me.
That doesn't make sense.
What that would mean is that you couldn't have a person-to-person gun sale. It would only be through dealerships that are registered. They'd have to go through the
people can. I believe in free commerce. I mean, people can, buy and sell. Guns. They can buy and sell cars. They can buy and sell other things.
How about drugs?
Well, you know what? The truth is, they buy and sell drugs, don't they?
But you're okay with legalizing crack and heroin?
No, I'm not going to comment on that.
Well, you just say you're for free commerce. I'm just saying, how free do you want that to be?
Now we're going way off the topic. I've said enough. But I do appreciate that. for the teachers. If somebody walks in with a gun, here's how you defend yourself. You grab the gun from the safe real quick. You stand in a position and you take the gunman out as they walk into your classroom.
But you know about that IHOP shooting? I think it was in Kansas City,
I didn't know.
Where a guy came into IHOP and he shot National Guardsmen who were actually armed. But it happened so quickly. It happened in less than a minute.
I'm not saying
they didn't have any time to respond.
Anybody.
And they were trained.
I understand.
They were National Guardsmen.
I'm not saying that every single murder is going to be prevented. I'm not saying that we could have saved all of the children in Newtown. I'm saying that we could have saved some.
Is the world that dangerous to you that we need to?
The world is not that dangerous. There are not that many of these shootings. It doesn't happen as often as the media would portray it. The truth is though, the world, there are dangerous people out there. And, you know, it's not a matter of being terrified, I have to live with a gun. It's a matter of what is the best solution to protect our children, to protect our neighbors, to protect our loved ones. And the best solution is to be able to defend yourself.
Okay.
To eliminate a problem with too many guns.
Can I just introduce you guys together?
Yeah, sure. No, I'd actually love to have a conversation.
And your name is Jason?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I see you guys shaking hands?
I'm Larry. Larry, hey, nice to meet you, and I appreciate that you're out here. So
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know why my friend Larry here thinks that the answer to having a problem with too many guns is to add more guns.
Yeah. Well, how many guns actually kill people?
I can't give you a specific number, but quite a lot.
Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Well, and you know, for that matter, nuclear weapons don't kill people.
Right.
People kill people with nuclear weapons.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, well, if guns don't kill people, then we don't need guns, right?
Yeah.
Why would we need
the problem
guns?
I have with that talking point is guns are dangerous, just like poison is dangerous.
Exactly. You don't have the personal right to own sarin gas, do you? But hey, sarin gas doesn't kill people. In and of itself, only when it's applied to someone.
Listen,
we have
what I'm saying,
how are you going to argue
the number of guns.